Oh God, it's early. Good morning to everybody that is up at this time. Um, like I said, two movie kind of day. So I got up. Well, I'll lie. Not why I got up. I just am always up this early, and I was done with everything that I normally do in the morning, and I wanted to get started since yeah, I do have to leave a little on the earlier side than normal. Oh, didn't even do my dailies today. Normally, I do those before we start brunch while I'm still laying in bed. Uh, Xander, I'm really, really disappointed because I was super, super, super excited to be a TW hero today. And I popped in, and our board, it's just down to fleets. We're down to fleets, guys. Like, I was hoping to just throw shit at the walls. I feel bad for the other guild because we just got hit. Our last match was so bad that we just threw meme teams on the on defense, which we haven't done in years. And now this matchup is basically the same in the other direction, except we only lost once. So this other guild is getting supremely screwed by being matched against us, and I definitely feel bad about that. We'll see what they threw on the back wall. See if I can help contribute at all to the TW. Maybe practice some counters or something. Oh, we gotta change the audio because I know you guys can't hear it. I had changed it recently. There we go. That should work now. It's not even a strong showing. It's just that this guild got fucked. They did. They are like 500 million. We are 650 million. They just got proper fucked in matchmaking. They must have had a very strong win streak, and the game is shutting them down. We'll find out. Once I do my dailies, we'll take a look, see if anything's left. Do I want mods. I need mods. I actually need health mods. I used to never, I don't know if anyone else is in this position. I used to never have to farm health mods because the game gave me enough of them. But with the increased cadence of character releases, I feel like I'm using them way more. And so I need them again. Morning, Jimothy. And everyone. Ben, I apologize. Beginnings of the stream, I'm still waking up. We will be checking in on Vaanced's account today. We will. Because there's not that much going on in game, so it's a perfect time to check up on him. Well, first of all, congratulations, Ben, but second of all, just keep in mind, only star things as much as you need to. Try to get as much of it for free anyway. So if getting Leviathan at 4-star fundamentally is already increasing your crystal income, then you don't have to star it right away. I'm running out of everything. Do we got any good mods? Nope. They all suck. Here, no. We can use that. Gotta make sure my G12 here stays up and running. Perfect. Okay. Now we're gonna play a game. The game is called Did I Actually Do All My Dailies, or Am I Going to Have to Continue once I hit the quest button? Generally, I forget about at least one of them. Oh, I did them all, though. Nice. Alright, let's see what this TW wall looks like, right? Why not? Yeah, it is. Oh, there's a 6-star Leviathan we can take out. You're right. There's really nothing worth practicing against in here. I don't know if any of you used to, back in the day, play Heroes of the Storm, but I just started getting back into it 2 days ago. And Berm and I, the Berm, who usually raids into me, I sometimes raid into him. We were playing it together last week on stream just for the hell of it. And I think I might get back into it. I might play it some more. If anyone used to play and is looking for people to, you know, do a team with and just have fun. Morning, Shadow. I saw, this morning I had no roster reviews on the docket. I was like, oh great, it's a no roster review day. I don't have to be smart today. And then I saw you posted one. I was like, okay, I only have to be a little bit smart today. Fine, I could be a little bit smart today. Soper, I appreciate you guys, because I do forget every once in a while. But the act of being constantly reminded preemptively reminds me to take my medicine now. So now, like, it's just a habit. Once I start the stream, I go, oh shit, I gotta take my medicine. I actually have to schedule a physical for sometime in the next month or two. Oh man, it's all good. It's all fine. Sometimes we gotta be smart, sometimes we have to drop knowledge. I returned to the rim since Phil let me down last time. Xander, were you listening to Three Scoundrels? Where Phil was talking about rimming Logan? And I don't think Logan realized what he was talking about. I was cracking up in my car. Oh my god, I was laughing so hard because I don't think he understood what was going on. Davidos, man, thanks. I try. I try to be informative and fun and try to, you know, stay being me more than anything else and make sure that I'm consistently me. But I appreciate the love. Yeah, we're gonna start playing some HOTS just for fun. I'm gonna be playing it throughout the week. Unfortunately, throughout the week. Well, let me look for a better team for profundity. Unfortunately, throughout the week, I can't be on stream because my my wife is working. But because it's the summer, I am very likely to be playing it pretty much every day for like an hour or two midday. I don't know if Phil knew what he was saying. Why the hell is there Millennium Falcon here? I don't know. I was cracking up. I thought it was the funniest thing. I don't think I need an auto. Fine. Too bad badge on me. Starring up older units is quicker than I thought, so I might be doing Hondo after doing Bo, GL Ray, and R7 Paw Patrol. What is the crown above your name? I actually have no idea. I think it has to do with leaderboards on YouTube, but I can't see it because I'm using streaming software to read the YouTube chat. The only chat that's native is Twitch on here, unfortunately. Yeah, I think with Smugglers Run 3, there is a case that Hondo might actually be, I don't want to say free-to-play friendly, but there is a case that he might be, one of those, like, priority teams that you do want to go for. Take out one of these. Oh, okay. Great, now everyone's gonna spam my chat. Hey Asher, I got to the very end of Three Scoundrels, right at the part where everyone's watching your videos, but I haven't gotten to listen to that part yet because Three Scoundrels is 8 hours long, and I actually listened to it at like 1.6x because it's 14 hours long. Well, Xander, I will tell you, I think he did mean it normally. I don't think he meant it sexually, but it became a very funny point of contention. What else we got left? Good executive. I advance. This is how you I advance. I fighter. Put one of these guys in. That way nobody can say. That way nobody can say I didn't do anything this TW. I mean, get fucking turns. Don't I? Because I have tie advance, shouldn't I? Oh, because I have 5 guys out, because I have 2 ties, that's right. Fuck, forgot about that. Well, I've neutered him anyway. Silencer is gone. These are weird comps. Like, why wasn't there a tank in the front line if he has the fucking tank? I mean, they probably didn't care. They knew they were losing. They just threw whatever they wanted. Yeah, there's... I mean, I didn't look at any of these. I was playing Sons of the Forest with Moonborn yesterday, and he was doing TW battles while we were playing, and I was like, there's no reason to. It seems like they knew what this battle was. They probably are coming off of a win streak, and they just got screwed playing against us. I'm sorry, Poseidon's Orin. Not my fault that TW matchmaking is jack all shit. Let's no. Let's see if Radis can beat this on auto. Guess we still can be a TW hero. Can it do it on auto? That is the question. Boring's giving me shit. Go chat. You know, I don't have all the answers for TW, but I think the biggest problem with TW is that every single other game mode can be done on your own time. Right? Every other game mode can be done on your own time. I can do GAC on my own time. I can do Conquest on my own time. I can do my raids over the course of 3 days on my own time. I can do TD on my own time. In fact, they really, with ROTE, they made that even more friendly because the old DSTB, the old GOTBs, the platoons were so important to some of those combats that it was harder to do it on your own time. The problem with TW is you can't do it on your own time, right? So normally you get a wall of something stupid that you maybe can beat 2 of. So you do 1 or 2 battles here, and you do 1 or 2 battles here, and now you have to stop, and you have to be on call until your guild gets you to the next wall. And that makes TW really, really terrible. It makes it awful to play because you have to be constantly at your phone. You have to be constantly checking Discord. That's not fun at all, like even a little bit. I think that if I know Marvel Strike Force, people have fuckbones. People have talked about this before where Marvel Strike Force, it's like a person by person thing. So you're kind of matched up with another person in the guild and can take out all of their teams. I think that would maybe not be a perfect option, but it would be a better option because then I can do all of my battles at one time. I can take out a little bit of everything. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not saying that active sandbagging doesn't exist. I know it does. I know active sandbagging exists. I know Zareth did let's change over for a second. I know that Zareth did a whole video on the math on active sandbagging. I don't think that active sandbagging is the majority of what's happening. I think the majority of what's happening is just guilds who don't like TW. They hate TW. I encourage members to join. We send out tags and say, hey, as long as you can participate, join TW. And we still only get 35 to 40 who join. Because they don't want to do it. They don't want to play the mode. It's not interesting. And we don't want to remove those people because TW is such a non-issue mode that we don't want to lose platoons. We don't want to lose people who are really good at TB. So when we have problems in TW, we kind of in officer chat are like, well, this sucks, but we don't want to solve the problem because then we have bigger problems in more important game modes. I do think, we'll go back over to the game. Someone in chat had alluded to this. I think Asher. One of the things that really does suck is the highest tier is 380 million GP. And that is 5 droid brains for a win. Right? And literally 1 droid brain for a lose. And that, for a loss, not a lose. Fucking dumbass me. And that sucks. Like, that's awful. It's not interesting. It's not fun at all to be like, oh, you get 5 or 1. Oh, you get 3 or 1. Like, it really, really sucks. I do think, even if, so right now the brackets are like 360 to 379. Keep those brackets the way they are. That's fine. Make the next bracket 380 to 450. Like, that's fine. Make the bracket bigger. It can be bigger. 380 to 450. 450 to 525. 525 to 650. Make them bigger and harder to move into the next one, and make it so that guilds of my level, and we're 5, our active, oh my god, our active GP in TW right now fucking blows, right? But if you make something where at 650 GP, we are getting, I don't know, like 8 droid brains for a win and 5 droid brains for a lose, boss, fuck, then I'm telling my people to join even if they can't play. I'm telling them, hey, I don't give a shit if we win, but just join TW. But right now there's just no incentive. There's no, I don't care about winning. I don't give a shit about winning. I just care about not having a miserable time playing the game mode. As for keypads, listen, I'm not gonna say, when I talk about things, you know, I am talking about it from like whether I expect them to or not. I honestly, I don't have much trouble with droid brains or keypads. I do think there are a lot of levels for keypads. If you're at a top bracket, if we're talking about a 650 bracket, there's a lot of ways to get those keypads. So I don't really expect them to, and if they do, great. That's awesome. It's just not something I expect. All right, there's my HVAC waking up. I don't know. I got to get another team to R9 though, and I need more signal data more than I need anything else. Let's move into Conquest because I've done everything I can do in TW. Time is it? 28:20. We're at that point in Conquest. 4-to-1 ratio. We're at that point in Conquest where I'm just getting data cache. I trying to save up for the next set more than anything else. Orders. We'll do this nice and quick, and then we'll head into Vaanced account, I guess. See what Vaanced is cracking up on. End of Conquest is Monday, yeah. End of Conquest is tomorrow. We'll get SM33. Which one was your haiku? I've been reading through them, but they've all blurred together for me. There's a few. I don't want to say which ones are my favorite right now. There's one that I sent to Pico. I was like, this is the funniest fucking thing I've ever read. But for any of you who did submit a haiku, do me a favor, please. Because we forgot to mention this on the podcast. Go back, edit your comment, and edit your ally code into the comment. I will hunt people down if I have to, because if you win, you win, and it's my fault more than anyone else's. But it'll mean I have to hunt less people down. Alright, Asher, I know which one you're talking about. I cannot confirm or deny if that is on my favorite list right now. It would not be fair. Morning, Warlock. An AF1. Or AF1-y. AF1-y is how I would read that. If it were a license plate. Yeah, it'll just make my life easier when I'm going through them. Because if all 5 of the winners have it, then I don't have to hunt anyone down, and that would be great. But we have definitely seen some good ones. Funny. These guys fucking slap in Conquest. It actually sucks. I had to neuter my teams. I had to neuter my teams for Conquest because this team was doing so well that in Sector 5, I could not get any Order 66. I had to take all my data disks off. Anyway, I like... what do you mean? Most of the TV teams used per fight? I have to actually update that next week. Next week, that's my project. I can certainly do a Substack post on what I particularly use, but we have a whole TV library on Discord that has lots of options, and a lot of options are in limbo right now before I add it. Asher, yes, it would be. It would be, but I wouldn't want to be caught. I wouldn't want anyone to accuse me of playing battles on manual. You know what I mean? Like, I'm known for my autoplay, and I don't need any assholes. Yeah, and I do have 4 videos on YouTube that actually like break down each TB phase for the first 4 days, but I could consider writing a Substack post that breaks it down as well, because you're right, like there's that divide in the people. Can they do it at 20%? Let's find out. There is a divide between the people who want to read and the people who do not want to read at all. And the people who want to listen to me and the people who do not want to listen to me at all. God. Afwani, I prefer reading too, which is why I have the Substack. I don't want to push away from my roots. My roots are reading and text. It basically doubles my workload because anytime I do something that can be text and video, I now have to do both. But I do it because I remember where I came from, and I remember being in a position where I hated watching videos. I still hate watching videos. Yeah, so Bit Dynasty has actually added to our TB library as well. He has posted a bunch of stuff. He is pretty active in our TB area. The hard part about doing the Phase 5 and the Phase 6 videos is that once you get past Phase 3, every guild is doing a different thing. You know, so it's like, am I doing it like this guild, or am I doing it like that guild? Is this the same? And that's one of the reasons I didn't do past Phase 3 for a while. I do have a Phase 4 video that I'm gonna post this week. Morning, Nana. R8 materials. I'm hurting for signal data. I am hurting for R6 and R7 materials. I would love to have my bad batch at R9, but it's all signal data all the time. Like, I need signal data so much. It hurts. It is terrible how much signal data I need. I joke a lot about finding myself an Aussie Mike Swagadaddy to buy me all those signal data ascensions. And I gotta give a shout out to Adis actually, because if you did not volunteer to do that Bistand R9, I was like putting together my resources. I'm like, alright, I guess I'll do another R9. So that helps me out as well to not have to do another one 2 weeks after I did the last one. Well, everyone has to take one for the team eventually. You know, I don't expect newer guys to at first. I mean, you've been around for a little while, so you know, but... Why am I not simming? I'm not simming because it's Sunday morning brunch. Tomorrow morning, I'll sim. Yesterday, I simmed. Thursday, I simmed. I am padding content for you fucks so that I can continue talking and I can raise 4 cents in ad revenue. That's why I'm not simming. Ani, that's another thing, is I'm also trying to save, like, I want to take... Well, I'll show you. I have my raid teams. And obviously I have to be aware of if they nerf the undermans. Where are my squads? So I do my Tarkin team here. I do my other clone team here. I'm hoping that maybe SM33 allows me to do the 450k here once I get him. I don't think it will, though. My Timu Vanguard is actually... I do the 3-man. I don't even use those guys anymore. I'd love to take these guys to R9. And I would love to have the other Vanguard team once Jedi Master Mace Windu comes out. So I have to, like, keep all of those things in mind. Did I see Barbarossa's SM33 video, Smee video? No, I did not, because I don't watch any videos. I watch nothing. I do not watch anything about this game. I don't watch anything about anything. Like, literally about anything. There's one video on YouTube that I watch basically every year. I go back to it once a year. And that is the sequelist Mega Man X video, which I think is like the funniest video ever, and I'm a huge Mega Man fan. And the life-changing Minecraft Vaanced video that I did watch. Like, I'll watch, if Fat Phil, like, if he puts out something and asks me to watch it, I'll watch it, because we are friends, and we do talk to each other a lot, so I'll watch that to give him my opinion. But it's very, very rare. And there's a few reasons for that. One, I don't have the patience for videos. You know, which is one of the reasons I love Bit Dynasty so much, is he is someone that timestamps his videos very meticulously, so you only have to watch the exact parts you need. So I give him tons of credit for that. But also now, as a content creator, I don't want to, like, make a video that someone else has made and be reductive. You know, so it's kind of a two-layer thing. I didn't even know Barbarossa did an SM33 video. But I will... I mean, Conquest characters, I basically always take to R7. Put that down. Chupio, there he is. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm ready.
My goodness, your skills are quite incredible.
My goodness.
My...
Well, listen, redundancy happens, Warlock. Redundancy always gonna happen. Like, we're all fighting for ad or views, right? That's just what it is. And thankfully, the nice thing is, we do have a great content creator community, and from my experience, everybody's very friendly. Everybody's willing to help everybody else out. It's not adversarial at all in my experience, and I like that, because I like talking to people. but I don't want to like do a video and be like, oh, or watch a video and go, oh, now I'm gonna do a video on this. I want my stuff to like come naturally to me. Ben, I have to do Hondo. I don't have anything else to do. You know, like there's no reason for me not to do Hondo. I have Temple Guard. I have Deppa down here. They're close. I'll have Jedi Master Mace Windu easy. Am I planning on day oneing Hondo? Not unless somebody sends me $1,200 to buy all of those marquees. I'm not, but do I intend on getting him, you know, as a GL, we can't talk about like second run because they're always available. But am I planning to get him within like the first 3 to 4 months? Yes. You know, like Athano, I'm not worried about because of the era battles. That should get him mostly, and he'll be farmable. Quiggled, I'm not worried about because of the era battles, and mostly he'll likely be farmable beforehand. The next 4 are going to be a little bit more important, but I think I'll be okay. So I'm not prioritizing him, but I am going to try to get him up, you know, on the faster side. Because I started early, I can't do my 8 a.m. Purchase of stuff, which kind of sucks. Anything else we can do? Got 1 character out. I don't think I have the ships to take this out. Sad. Sad day. Oh, my goodness. Okay. I guess there's nothing else to do on my account, so we are going to take a brief break while I sign into Vaanced's account and grab a little bit more coffee. So give me about a minute, and we will see what Vaanced has got going on and where he's out. All right, let's see. Vaanced has not logged in today, and it is after his midday reset. His midday reset is, I don't know, but it's roughly around his midday reset, I think. 2 hours from now. He has not logged in. Uncanny Kessel rewards. What bothers me about Vaanced here is he doesn't even get the free stuff from the web store. So like this I get, I know, because he's not on the computer. That's fine. But like he won't even get these things, and I have to get them for him. He never does, and it is very annoying. Morning, Caleb. Oh, he did a little conquest. He is still in Sector 1. Beautiful. Just do your conquest, man. Oh, he actually, it looks like maybe did sign in today. But he didn't get the free calendar rewards? So he signed in enough to do these battles, but not enough to get the calendar. This fucking guy. I've asked him why he wants to play this game. I told him I don't think he enjoys this game. We almost have that done. These mods in. I know, he just doesn't want to do it. That's what I do. When I do his Conquest, if I do his Conquest, I just auto shit. I don't do anything crazy. Oh, he actually, okay. Full team of scoundrels. What does he have for scoundrel? I used Afra. I don't know if it has something that can do this, but let's try it. Let's help him. Doesn't have this fucking data, so that's probably going to be a problem. I don't think he's going to be able to do this. I don't know. Let's find out. Nice. Oh, want to kill this one. Kill Jim. Okay, I'll take that, but I need to kill you. You're the one that can revive everybody. Like, see, Vance, that wasn't hard. GLS, you are talking about Vaanced's account. It doesn't have the BAM lead Zeta. I doubt he has L3. I need to put like a thing on top that says, we are on the Vaanced account. Let's see. Does he have L3? Oh, he does. Why? Like, why did he get L3? Doesn't seem like something that Vaanced would do. That is interesting too. So we've done all of those battles. I still wanna. Where is it? Oof. Did he buy the LSB? And stop buying Lightspeed bundles for a game that you don't even want to play. You have to start thinking about getting him Zepho ready, which is going to be a whole thing. Oh, Van. War shipments, Black War. Doesn't realize all of these free things that he could have. All of these free materials. You need all of this shit, man. No, we don't. That. God, he doesn't even buy. He just stopped buying. such an interesting character. I don't know. You're right. I actually said that to him yesterday. I was like, there's no way you're doing the Zephyr mission. And to stick to Mandalore, because the Mandalore mission is easy. Oh. Getting him this stuff. Buy him random G12 gear, because he literally needs all of it. Get him credits, because I'm surprised how many credits he has right now. Low on. We'll leave that there. And by the M in the guild event. Oh, these? I mean, I can on his account because he doesn't need to. But I personally, on my, even when I was doing, um, even when I needed Chirotech, I never bought them for get 3. For him, he gets to the point where he is, constantly maxing those, so it's fine. They do not go on his account every day. That is a hard line that I told him was not happening.
Yes, yes, yes.
Let's see. Well, right now, I haven't added too many mods to his account in the last couple of weeks. Um, him and I have an agreement. I told him I would support him for a couple of months. Oh my god. I got his mod, I got his mod score to a little under double what it was. I think I'd like to get his mod score at least to a 3. Jimothy, I've never done it. I just think it's too expensive for 2 little Kairos. It's just, yes, you get your Kairos a little bit faster. Cool, but, like, you need the relic material more. Even if you don't need it right that second, I think it's way more important to get that relic material. Alright, let's see if you got anything good. Some stuff here, like a potency mod with 14 speed. What's a defense mod? So it's interesting doing Vaanced account because you have to like think of things differently. Mods that you wouldn't normally use, you're like, oh, on his account, actually, this might really be helpful. Let's see. Buddy, that we have potency mods here. Finally, see, man, you're gonna thank me. You're gonna thank me about getting those Purdia patrols. I promise you, it is going to happen. Don't really use that. Oh, does Amguard need fucking potency mods? I think so. I give you Marin mods. Give you all tenacity and Marin mods for now. See. Doing mods is kind of fun, except when you're on Vaanced Club. The meth club leader? Fuck. Didn't know that I was that fucked up. Midnight Anakin. Arc Trooper. Star. Ooh, Star Killer. What do we got here? Ooh, Star Killer. Go. I actually just did the the Ami on Padawan Obi-Wan. I had never wanted it in the past. I never really needed it. I still don't need it, but I just said to myself, like, what am I doing? Why am I beating myself up and making it harder on myself? And I bit the bullet and I did it just to make my life a little easier. These are not like the worst mods in the world. We can get some. Now on my account, if this didn't roll, I would sell it. In his account, these 5-speed mods actually, they end up being useful a lot of the times. Nope. Nope. Fucking love this. Nope. Nope, not a single one. Okay, well, I can't do that anymore, but... Do his GLs have good mods? They have okay mods. I've been working on some of them. Lord Vader I kind of worked on because he requested that I work on his Lord Vader mods, so they're not terrible. They're also not the greatest, but I'm not working with the best mods in the world, honestly. But they're not awful. With the Pao Ami, do I just refresh his stamina constantly? No, I don't. I do not refresh stamina at all. It's just because I have so many options. It's less about, you know, abusing him and more about just providing me an extra option. Like for say, if I'm in a sector and I know I can do tenacity down with X team, I'll do it down to like 50% stamina. And if I'm down to the part where I have a battle that's an unproductive battle, right? So day 1 and day 2, sometimes you have unproductive battles because your stamina is so low. That is when I'll pop out POW to make sure that I keep a productive battle. Yeah, I mean, this is the character he wanted. He wanted Lord Vader. No, he was adamant about getting Lord Vader. I feel like this is not a terrible mod. To look at his first order because he's been having trouble, so he doesn't have. Like I would want offense here, I think, but not the worst thing in the world. I do want to speed up his General Hux. See if we can do that. Yeah, I think for someone who's in the lower end of the game, there is a ton of viability for the POW Omicron. For me, it's just like an extra thing to make my life a little bit easier. That's don't really think. 9. I don't. Okay. Ooh. And on a 3 roll. That sucks. Ooh. Look at that 6 roll. No, not great. But I'm going to keep rolling it. Because it's Vaanced account, and at least we got something. Alright. I'll fucking take it. Sure. Okay, somehow... I mean... Somehow that worked out for us. Carl. There's no protection mod. Wonder if we can get more health on this one. No. No. Okay. Hey, BZ. Morning. This fucking guy. Alright. We got him over 300. I'm feeling it this morning. Dude, I have no idea how that got to 300. And by the way, like, these are not mods that I would probably roll on my own account. But, like, no matter what, they're better for Vaanced, so... Okay. We'll keep it. Come on, we just need 1 speed roll. Come on. Don't have enough. Okay. I mean, we took Streamer Luck. Do you know there's so many mods that I rolled that didn't do shit for him. We took his speed from like 275 to 306. So his Hux is not the worst fucking thing in the world anymore. Daniel, be safe, man. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate the stop in. I really do. I'm assuming you're on vacation, so have fun. What else can we do? Offense and... Is it offense and health or offense and... Or, health and offense. That's what I... Offense 2, 8, 9. No. No, we are not doing that. This is not a terrible mod. Oh, just defense? Okay. Nothing else I can do there. Ooh, we could do a potency here. Because having these guys up higher would actually... That Vaanced is my alter ego. And I definitely put in years of work. I put in years of work to just be an alter ego, man. Like... Vaanced has been posting online for years. You know what? I just need speed on Officer right now. Cool. Or this can go up. Bad. What do I do with normal energy? That is a great question. I'll show you in just a second. No, we're not. We're not going to get anything. Okay. Fine. Streamer luck my ass. So I have 3,000 of each Chirotech, and I realized that I'm taking in so much passive Chirotech that I don't do 7B anymore, right? The reason people do 7B is for shock prods, but also because these data pads cost 10 for bronzium wiring. I do, let's see if I can find it on Vaanced's account. No. I want to say it's 9A, but I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head. I did do a video very recently about it, but I think it's 9A. I could be wrong. I'd have to look at my actual account. It might even be 9C. I think it might be 9C. But I do that because this is the salvage I need. And there's 3 items in here that also give bronzium. But they give less bronzium, but still it evens out. So I do that now, but I don't refresh my my normal energy anymore. So it's 9C. See, you know better than I what I do. So that's what I do because I need electrium conductors. How long has Vaanced been playing? A long time. I don't have an answer. I just know that I just know that he has been posting on Reddit for years. Like, this is where I just... Doesn't have anything. I guess I can actually use Riva because he doesn't have Night Sisters. Wish he had an Amplify Agony. All the shit he leaves on the table, man. This fucking guy. We're gonna buy you shards of her. You're not gonna use them. I don't know how he has Riva. I have literally no idea how he has Riva. I don't know. I don't understand it. He does not have the new clones. He has so little gear and credits that even when the new clones marquees were out, I could not even do tier 2 because I couldn't level them up. I know, it's insane. I don't... I know, but you really trust anything that Vaanced says? Like, let's be real here. Let's be honest. He was probably offered a Grand Wizard rank and is called to a random guild leader. A quote. Oh my god, the storyline writes itself. Okay. Oh, no, I don't want to. Oh my god, they're both turn meter teams. Oh, I need to go down here anyway. Doesn't. He double beagled me. I don't even know what that means. He's constantly talking about tennis. I don't know what. I don't watch. I have no idea. Like, if I had proper data, well, I mean, he's in the first sector, so who knows what data disks he had an option of. But, Amplify Agony would be super helpful to him right now. No, he hasn't, and don't let him lie to you where he says he always does Conquest, because he doesn't. He never does Conquest. He literally never does. Last month, he messaged me, and he's like, hey, I'm going to take a break from Conquest this time because I'm just tired. And I was like, when have you ever been doing Conquest? Like, you can literally just, like, you don't, I've told him, you don't even have to do the feats. Just do the battles on auto for now. Like, that's fine. For you. It's better than nothing. No, Vaanced is gonna Vance. A Vaanced is gonna do what a Vaanced is gonna do. I hate Conquest. I really do. Aphony, but I do it. I'm good at doing it. I figured out how to break the code, you know, like I've said this. I have a guildmate. He's still in the guild. He went on a cruise and he was not going to be able to get online for like a week and a half. And I said, hey man, give me your account. I'll help you out. And obviously we are a late game guild, so we should be able to do well in Conquest. But he is more of a Lightspeed bundle account, so a lot of his stuff just does not have mods on it at all. And I guess he mod switches a lot. But I don't want to touch someone else's mods, so like I did his Conquest without touching his mods, and almost every one of his teams had at least one character missing mods. His new Bad Batch was at like G3 level 1, and I still managed to get him a red crate. No, like I figured out Conquest. It was a very interesting Conquest, but I figured it out. All right, we are not doing refreshes on Vaanced's account, so this is our last Conquest battle. RIP. And then I'm assuming Darth Link Shadow is still here. We will take a look at his account after I grab myself some water. French's isn't a French guild. French guild that is apparently falling apart. Now, is it actually falling apart? I've got no idea. But Van says it's falling apart. So much data distance. My God. This fucking guy has no raid going on. Did all of that. All right. Well, we are going to Voulez-vous cocher à l'étoile? Advanced. I'll load my game up real quick. I feel like every minute that I am logged into Vaanced's account, I get dirtier and dirtier. I'm gonna make sure that I'm logged into mine. He is from Canada. He is from I don't know what province, but I know he speaks some French. But I don't know what they're saying. So on TB week, it's interesting when Vaanced hasn't deployed yet, and I go, oh, I'm gonna help him out and deploy, and I do not know what the instructions are. Good. Arrow. Doral. Here. Some of these. Xander, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I know they're leaving an alliance, but I don't know what the dynamic actually is. I don't know what's actually going on. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna once again slink away really, really quickly, grab some water, and then we will pop into my sole roster review of the day. Also nice. I only have to be a little bit smart today. I'll be right back. Right. Who's Meathead calling? Not calling me. He never messages me on the weekend. Or says thank you either, that asshole. Meathead, I know you're watching. I know you're here somewhere. I know you're in the chat. Meathead, I've come to bargain. Let's set up these sources. See, I think I actually did set them up. Discord. Oh, we did. We have this. Premium roster reviews. We got Shadow here. Up is Link over here. And I obviously have Balin, but Balin has put in a lot of work for me, especially with his Omicrons. So I am excited for you. Some people are like, I don't care. But he has been a very useful addition to my roster, most certainly. But, he can tell me what to push. Oh my God, Moonborn, are you here? We need to do Moonborn. I don't know if he's here, but we need to do an intro, like an intro video with a little jingle that goes something like, Egnards gonna do some roster reviews, talking to Meathead to see what to push. Oh, that cracks me up. I don't think he's here. I don't. What is it? It's like 4 p.m. for him. Why would he be watching? But that's someone tag him in Discord and tell him so that I don't forget to do that later. Because that would be very funny to me. Okay, let's see. We got. Oh God. Oh, wait a second. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Okay, we're good. We're good. Shadow, I apologize. Let's see. Lightspeed bundle player, we know that. Main goal over anything is to win and climb in GAC till I get first. However, with that being said, I also very much value the ROI of things and the things to help me accelerate growth over time. By the way, how are things with your other wife? Still doing his cereal drawing? Phil, oh, I love Phil. I really do. I talk to him more than my wife, which is hilarious. Pretty much no. I talked to one shardmate and I've spoken to another. We've tried to make a Discord, but no one wanted to join. How are you? Some more executors are starting to show up, but I still get first every day in fleets. Okay. Salt battles. All of them are at CT or higher, except for Peridia Patrol and Secrets and Shadows. That's mostly fine. The big important part of that is CT1. Everything else is obviously great if you can get to it. But CT1 is where it's at. I just finished BKM. I still have OG Bow to finish, so working on her. And I'm going all in on GL Hondo and farming Jabba on the side. Also, with this upcoming Proving Grounds, I'm going to refresh and get Scythe, my Empire fleet. I also am trying to prepare for either a pirate fleet, and if that doesn't happen, then slow farm Leviathan. Are you dead set on continuing with the current farms you're doing? To be honest, kind of accomplished my goals of having BKM and raid up. So now I'm at a crossroads, I feel. I never mind switching things up for my stated farmed plans, though. About 80-20 split, heavily leaning towards efficiency. Are there any favorite characters you want to prioritize? Honestly, not really, to be honest. I like a lot of OFC, but I need something that'll give me something with immediate. I like a lot of course. OFC, of course, of course, of course, of course. Egnards, come on. But I need something that'll give me something with immediate value. Bane, UA, Dark Ray, Maul, Costa, Cat, and Fly Interceptor are all done. Scythe, Malicos, DT, MG, and Fury class will be done this Proving Grounds cycle. Malgus, there's no cover letter attached, Caleb. Malgus is at 180 of 330. Ezra is at 70. Boba is at 210. Nobody gives a shit about Boba. You don't need Boba. Fuck him. Ben is at 140. Trench is at 120. Fuck Trench too. You don't need Trench. You don't need Boba. SM33 is at 134 before this Conquest cycle finishes up. Okay. All right. I want to address something before we do anything with this roster review. And I don't like to speculate. But I want to speculate a little bit here. I know that people are talking about the possibility of a pirate fleet. I Yeah, Mustang Bill can go fuck himself or the Rusty Spoon. I don't give a shit. I do not think CG will release a pirate fleet immediately after a pirate. The pirates. I do not think it will happen. If they release a pirate fleet, I think there will be at least 6 months between when Hondo comes out and the pirate fleet comes out. I do not particularly like to make advice based on speculations, but I just strongly feel it would be a mistake for CG to immediately release a pirate fleet. And one of the reasons why is anytime you have a new GL, you have your whales who go after it, and you have your whales who maybe don't, and they're just like, I don't like this pirate fleet, so I'm going to wait till the next thing. Um, I think that if you release something that's going to rely on such an expensive, heavy cadence thing that just came out, you are less likely to see a huge turnout of people purchasing towards it. So I think that CG needs to space out when they release Hondo, give people the chance to farm them. Because remember, not everyone, it's not whale or free to play. It's whale, dolphin, minnow, casual spender, that guy that just bought that one character that one time who pretends that he's a free to play player and always has to speculate and say, I'm a free to play player except that time that I bought this one thing. There's so many spending avenues that I don't think it would be a smart financial decision for them to do it right away. So I think that we are looking at, if we have a pirate fleet, at least 6 months. I have not looked at your account yet, right? I think that it's always a mistake to hold off on going for a fleet. Always. Fleets work different than other parts of the game. The best time to farm a fleet is while you're already getting first. Because if you get Leviathan now, right? Now, you will not have to refresh the shards over and over again, because you can like let that sit in the background and get shards for free. And that's kind of an important metric for people, right? If you wait until you need Leviathan, you will be in a position where you have to spend 27,000 crystals right now to get it up. If you get it now and don't need it now, you can let it sit at 5 stars, where it doesn't function amazingly at 5 stars, but it functions well enough at 5 stars. And you can save a lot of crystals until the point where like there's an actual need for it. So again, I have not looked at your roster yet, but it's just a consideration for how to go about farming these things. I know you spend money, like I get that, I understand that, and I have people who throw tons of money around in this game, and I've talked to a lot of people that do that, and that's fine, it's your money. But the thing that I want to stress to people is, no matter how much money you're throwing around, if you can do the same thing without throwing around the money, do that. If you can reassess farms in a way where you can throw money this way while still getting the thing that way, also do that, right? If you want to be effective in GAC, fleets make GAC matches. They do. If you don't have Leviathan in Kyber, I go, great, I win. And it's not 100%, but like most of the time, if you don't have Leviathan, I'm like, awesome. You're going to struggle against my fleet. I'm not going to struggle against your fleet. Just something to really strongly consider. But let's take an actual look at the account. Black Hole, good morning, man. How you doing? 8 million. We are in a Rhodium 1. Okay. Got our Executor fleet. Got our Lord Vader and our beautiful clone. Want to check out your guild. Your guild is doing 137 in the raid. So your guild needs you to be doing about 2 to 3 million, right, to stay effective. You are doing, oh my God, damn, 12.3 million. Damn, man. If you were at like 11 to 12 million right now, I'd be like, dude, I will boot somebody for you right now. But I can't at 8 million. Our ship looking like. Do we have profundity? So we also don't have profundity, right? That's like the hard part is you do buy the Lightspeed bundles. I'm aware of that. You do advance yourself in that way. So you have a lot that is really important right now to go for. And that's just something that we need to consider. Just look at. I'm going to refresh and get Scythe to help my Empire fleet. Do you buy the Conquest Plus pass to get the extra? Like, are you able to do Proving Grounds today and you do the double Proving Grounds, or you only do the single day of Proving Grounds but refresh it? And also, okay, so Ben, also not super important for you right now because you don't have Ray. And even though, Ray is very close, not a priority. So you do both. So you automatically get the 40. Okay. Ben is important if you have Ray, not as important without Ray. And if you're doing Conquest Plus, you're getting enough shards. He's going to finish up just fine. 7, 10. Yeah, a motivated player who oh man, those Zetas, you've got to be hurting for those so badly. Jabba, farming Jabba in the background, dude. Fucking just get him. Damn. Bite the bullet. Get Jabba now. I understand you want Hondo, right? And I get that. And you can get Hondo. I'm not here to not tell people to get the things that they want, but Smuggler's Run 2 is insane, and you need mods. Bite the bullet. Get your Jedi Knight Luke. Where are your guys for Jedi Knight Luke? Wampa's kind of close. You're kind of waiting for Hermit Yoda and Wampa right now. But I would strongly, I would not do Jabba in the background with how close you are to Jabba. Like I know you're gonna wail on the characters for Hondo, and that's fine. But like because that'll help you. But outside of wailing for those characters, remember that you have brain fart for a second. Outside of modding those characters, you are going to have to relic other characters. You are going to have 6, 7, 8 characters worth of mods to put on and Zetas worth to put on. I would, if you're wailing on those characters, do that, do whatever you want. But I would really strongly push to get Jabba like in the next month. I would not sideline that at all. I would just do it. Get it done. It'll help you so much, especially with how close you are. Fundity. I would start slow farming Mon Mothma. 5 battles a day. Just start it. Start it now. You can absolutely link. I'm telling you right now. You know, when people post on Reddit and they're like, "How soon until I can unlock this character?" Like, and everyone's like, "I don't know." My timelines are pretty accurate. Like, it's just one of those things that I have a pretty good intuition for. And I tell people timelines, and then they get to the end of that timeline and they go, "Oh shit, you were right." Um, you can get him within a month. The only thing that's holding you back is the Wampa and the Hoda, and you're very close to that. I would say 6 weeks max. Um, Definitely 5 battles a day on Mon Mothma. Leviathan a little further away. Bo-Katan you do have. Okay, but I get it, because OG Bo-Katan is not required. That was tripping me up before. I was confused. I have JM. Okay. Good. Right, because the thing to remember with Hondo also, and you're seeing it here right now with these characters, even if you wail on Athano and Quiggled and Kix and all those guys, you still have old shards to get to, so it's going to take you time as you're working on those things. So Jabba should be your main farm. All right, I want to look at places of power. Just want to kind of see. Actually, you have Dark. Oh, do you not have? You have Supreme Leader Kylo Ren and Darkseid Rey. Yeah. See, you're an advanced problem. Places of power, you should have CT3 now. Darkseid Rey. I don't know the strategy. I wish I did. I've never had to do it with Darkseid Rey. But I know Darkseid Rey allows First Order to do places of power at 3 stars. So it's just something to consider getting to. Well, the FTC is not going to help you with places of power, but still nice to have. Luke, Chupio, Chewie, C3PO, Han. Okay, right. Mon Mothma makes this basically auto military might. But honestly, I mean, you have some speed issues with like the CLS team. You're probably still. I don't really use my CLS team a lot anymore, but at your point in the game, you probably do have that ability to find uses. Some of these mods on these not super great. You should be able to do military might at CT3 with a traditional CLS squad. You just might have to remod a little bit. You use the event special on everybody. I will tell you and everybody here in chat, while it's the summer, if there is anybody who needs to get an assault battle done and they're struggling with strategy, if you have the roster to do it, I will happily log into your account and do it for you. And I'll tell you if you're able to do it. I mean, I got Vaanced. I got almost every one of his assault battles to CT3. And that's the Vaanced account. Hey Vance, we were just on your account. And we got your Hux to like 309 speed, man. It was like 370. So or it was at like 270, so you're welcome. So if you're struggling with the strategy for these things, military might is something you should be able to do right now as well. Ground War CT1 makes sense because you don't have Jedi Knight Luke. Jedi Knight Luke should bring it up to CT2 at least. but based on the Jedi that you have, once you have Jedi Knight Luke, you probably can bring this to CT3. As long as you get the Zeta that allows the speed limit to work. Secrets and Shadow. Oh, for Paw Patrol Max Tier, yes, you're going to need those Zetas. And it's oh so worth it. Secrets and Shadows. Okay, you don't have these guys yet. You're probably doing it with the Tusken. Duel of the Fates you have. How are Pretty Patrol boys doing? At 9 million, it does hurt my soul a little bit that you have no priority at all on your Protea Patrol. I don't expect them at R9 right now. But it is still really nice to have them and have them done. The thing is that you have a lot of catching up to do. So I don't know if it's worth prioritizing right now. I would say at the very least, maybe try to get Enoch and Peridia to 5 stars so that you can do tier 1 and tier 2 and you can passively work on these guys. You know, just like that's it. Just tier 1, 5 stars here, 5 stars here, so that the next time it comes around, you'll be able to do both tiers. You don't need the Zetas for it, but it is very tough without the Zetas. And you will have to put some gear on them. I know Scribe did a video doing it at pretty low gear. So right now I'm just kind of looking through that stuff, but that's how I would handle that. I think that for your account, this is what I would be doing right now. I would make Jabba your priority. Get Jabba. I would slow farm Mon Mothma. Okay, one set of battles, 5 battles a day. You're gonna wail on Hondo, whether I tell you to wail on Hondo or not. So you might as well just wail on Hondo. I would personally start really trying to get Profundity for the same reason as I told you to do Leviathan. You know, we were talking about Leviathan. You are so close to Profundity. You just need Mon Mothma and some, relic levels here. Do you need a couple of ships? Maybe you do. I don't know. But I would work on Profundity as your side project because just like I said to you before, it's so much better to start. I know it is. But it's not about the prestige. It's about just having the ship so you can let it work in the background, right? I don't care that if Profundity is usable or not. I care that you can get the shards for free every month. That's the important part. It doesn't have to be usable. You just want it to be pushing free shards to you. And you're so close to it that it's a really good, solid backup farm or a background farm. And between like Jabba and everything, it kind of pushes you in really nicely into like Leia and everything. So I would really work on that Profundity. That also gives you some extra time to work on Malgus and getting the shards for free without having to refresh. And working on Leviathan as like your secondary backup farm. Right? So Jabba is right now your primary farm. Get that shit done. 5 battles a day on Mon Mothma. Wail on Hondo. Do what you got to do there. That's fine. Backup farm Profundity right now. Backup farm Leviathan as that finishes up. Around that time, Ben should be either done or close to done. It might make sense to bite the bullet on Rey at that point, because that just gives you another GL that you have finished. She's super, super close. Right? Super, super close, and you'll have Ben around that time. So that's what I would do with your account. And then again, I would try to get the Prettier Boys to R5, or not R5, sorry, to 5 stars, so that you can kind of let those farms do the work for you. Any other questions? Would I rather eat a tub full of sour cream or let Vaanced play or GAC? Caleb, how big of a tub are we talking about? That's the important part. I need to know. Are we talking about like that little container that I ate on Rabid Beaver's stream? Are we talking about like... All right, man, awesome. That's how I would... like, again, everything that I do is I try to approach it from the... I try to approach it from the standpoint of like what I would do if I had your account, right? And then you choose to do whatever you want to do, but that's how I would do it. I would never give Vaanced my account because he makes questionable in-game decisions. And I feel like that would be problematic. I am very much a stickler about who I let access my account. I let my guild leader access it once. I let Rabid Beaver access it, you know, so that we could do the GAC thing. That was fine, because it was basically mutually assured destruction. I'm not giving the average player, the average person, my account. But in this instance, I probably would, because I hate sour cream that much. Like, it is disgusting to me. Doing that for Beaver was terrible. It was a fun stream, but I hated the idea of eating the sour cream. It was like the worst. Did I see Rabid Beaver's messages when he was on your account? What do you mean? What do you mean his message? If Vaanced were at my house, yeah, sure. I'd let him play, because the thing is, again, when we talk about GAC, right, where you basically have a 50-50 win rate. If I lose one, it drops my score and I win more next time. Like, it doesn't bother me if I lose. Like, there are competitive matches that I get annoyed, and there are losing streaks that I sometimes have where I lose 5 in a row. Did he? No, I don't think I saw that, which is interesting. You might have deleted it, but it is funny. When something new comes out and I need crystals, right? And I'm like, man, I really, because I try to stay at like 30,000 as like my bottom, unless there's something really big. If I'm on like a 5 battle losing streak, it does hurt, but I know I'm gonna make that up in the end. You know, like, it's fine. Like, I lose sometimes. So if he lost for me, whatever, it's not the biggest deal in the world. This battle, I'm probably gonna lose. I am annoyed about this one. Round 1, we streamed this, and I lost, unfortunately. It was very, very annoying because I had a full clear, a clean full clear, and he dropped one battle somewhere. I don't remember where he dropped the one battle. Up here. But he still beat me because he went second, and he was able to play very efficiently in other avenues in order to beat me. So I was annoyed by that. Is there an Omicron I regret? Yes, there is. No, I don't regret Zam's Omicron. Listen, Zam's Omicron is outdated. It sucks now. It's no fun now. I haven't used it in a long time, but I used it a lot when it came out. You know, I should actually take some of these mods off her because they're pretty okay mods. Not amazing, but they're okay. When it came out, I used it a lot, and it got holds for me, and it was awesome. It was a lot of fun to use. I don't regret it at all. There is one Omicron I regret. Um, I I agree. I have been talking about a fog of war forever. I really think there should be a fog of war. Um, we'll talk about it in a second. But the one Omicron I regret, people should know this, is it this one? I don't remember which one the stupid GAC one is. Yeah. I did this as a bet um, with Rabid Beaver. I lost Star Wars trivia, and I had to Omicron Phalanx, which is one that I was the only red one on my entire Gungan team. But it was like a protest, and I had to do it, and I was very upset by having to do it. It really was a hurt. Like, it really hurt me. Athe, what am I working on right now? I mean, I'm like, I have everything, you know, like I'm working on Jedi Master Mace Windu as a second run thing. But that's easy. That I'm just kind of slowly going through. I'll easily have it. I'm working on Hondo, but I'm not wailing on Hondo. That's all I have to do. I have about 22 characters left at G1 or at G12 who are not part of New Journeys. So I've been slowly bringing these guys up. Every couple of weeks, I do one or two of them. I'd love to have everybody at G13 by the end of the year. But I have been burning through so much gear, and the G12 gear hurts. But I have been working on getting everyone to G12 and at least R1, so that is a goal of mine. I've been working on Zetaing everything. I don't have that many Zetas left in the game. I think it's like 20. They're all like stupid goals. But going back to GAC, I know that there's a lot of people that talk about pressure, right? They're like, oh, but if you go first, you can pressure your opponent into making stupid choices. No, that's not how that fucking works. There is never a time where more information is a bad thing. Because if scores were hidden and I ended up full clearing very well, like really efficiently, if my opponent doesn't full clear efficiently, they lose. If they see my score and try to be more efficient than me and they fuck up, they lost anyway, right? They were going to lose anyway by not being efficient. That's the thing that people don't understand. Going first might pressure people into losing faster. It might pressure them into dropping a battle and giving up. That's fine. But if they weren't going to play efficient anyway, they're going to lose. Going second allows you to see what a score is, and it allows you to see how many undermans you need to do. And it's very annoying for people in time zones that are not conducive to going early. You know, if GAC starts at midnight for you, kind of sucks. GAC starts at 3 a.m. for you, that kind of sucks. My GAC starts at 5 p.m. I'm at work, so I have to really do my GAC when I get home, which means my opponent almost always has like 16 to 18 hours on me on doing the GAC. And almost always it's done in the last hour. Almost always. I think that it's, you know, not butthurt about it. Like, I'm not angry about it by any means, but I do think it would make for a better GAC, especially when we're talking about a mobile game where people are playing all over the world and everybody has different time zones, to be able to make a decision like that. I think it's a little bit smarter. And I did do a video a while ago. I'm gonna see if I can look it up real quick. GAC. There. And the cat make winner. See if we can find it. Where is GAC streams? Go to my videos channel. Go look. Here it is. So I did this video a while ago, and I really urge everybody to watch. I think it makes a ton of sense. Here is this one, the Grand Arena Championship overhaul we desperately need. I break down a lot in this video. I talk about several different things in this video, different, things that need to happen to help us with Arena and make Grand Arena more interesting. It's very methodical. It's very data driven. I don't like doing things based on feelings. I like to do things based on like data. I really urge people to watch that video and really think about what I'm saying there. Let's see, what do we got? Basically all chat time before we finish the stream. So if you want to keep on going, make sure to keep asking questions. Hugsy, Range Trooper is on. I promise you, we'll get to relics eventually. I need my G12 gear, and I need to make sure that I can always do the marquees when they need to be at relics. Do you think it would be better if new legendaries released permanently on their first or second return than a year after release? It would be more player friendly, certainly, but I don't think it's about being player friendly. It's about monetization, and I don't think that that's unfair. I think CG is a company, and CG needs to make money, and they need to make a lot of money. That's just how public corporations work. The majority of the money comes from when people get them right away. The majority of the money comes from people whaling and on first run of an event. The second run of the event, there are people who are shipment farming. They are spending tons of crystals because they're not sure if they can get that character. So on the second return of the event, or the first return of the event, there's still money coming in. I think that what happened was CG, and remember, CG has data on everything. They have data on when people farm things. They have data on how much money each thing is making them. They have data on everything. I think that CG looked at the data and they said, okay, at about the 1 year mark, at the re-release time at 1 year, because remember, back in the day, there was no Journey Guard. It was always every 3 to 4 months. I think that they looked at the data and said, okay, at about the 1 year point, money stops coming in for these characters. So we are going to make the 1 year mark the point where it becomes permanently available to help players, because we're not making any money at that point. And I think that that's reasonable. I don't get characters first run. I get them second run. I know players who get them third run. I do think it is very reasonable the 1 year timeline that they have, though earlier would be way more player friendly. And if they did it, I would be surprised, but I'd still be happy about it. Um, let's see. What coffee am I drinking? This is nothing special. It's grocery store coffee. It's actually water right now, but it was grocery store coffee. There's a company in Ocean City, Jersey, called the Ocean City Coffee Company. Shout out to them. I don't get any money from them. I'm not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. They make great coffee, and sometimes we buy beans from them, but right now we have not. Um, because first is for whales, second for peppers. Yeah. The last red dot you had on Gungans, I wish they had a locked character option. Yeah, man, listen, it would be great, but that red one is a FOMO thing. It's there to annoy you. It's there so that you want to upgrade it. I would love. I hate that there's any red here. I can't wait for the day when this is gone, when I have updated. Um, when this is updated and I have everything and I don't have to worry about it. I wish they'd make Lightspeed bundles more permanently available in their own section, and Waterfall said tunes more so to free to play as well. I think the reality is that it comes down to FOMO. They want people buying them because they don't know when they're coming back. And I think that if they were just permanently available, people would say, oh, I'll get it in a week. Oh, I'll get it in 6 months. Oh, you know what? I don't actually need these characters now, so I'm going to wait till I need these characters. So I think that there's a reason for that. Now, with that said, I do think, maybe there's like one or two that should be permanently available. Like maybe the First Order and the Ray one. It jumps people into the Galactic Legends chase. I understand why they don't have them all permanently available. They want you chasing them. He'll never give. I gave GMY his leadership Zeta, but it is what it is. Egnards looks like a guy who used to perform Red Bull stunts before he settled down and got married. Thank you. I don't know. I'm very risk adverse. I don't do stunts. When we went to Korea, my brother, I think I've told the story. My brother took us to this place. It's called Lotte Tower, and it's about 130 floors. And it's like a mall and restaurants and boutiques, and it's really cool. And you can get up a ton of those floors on regular elevators. But then there is this like special elevator that takes you to a special boutique, which is on like the 120th to 125th floor. And you have to, it's like an excursion. Like you pay money to go up to that floor. It's like $20 a ticket. And they call it a ticket. And in the past, I have known any type of excursion is like gonna fuck with you. So I remember being very nervous going on this elevator. And when we got it, my brother paid for us all. We waited in like a 45-minute long line. My brother paid we got to the elevator. I got on the elevator and I said to the guy who was like the elevator doorman, I was like, listen, dude, before you hit that button, I need you to level with me. When we go up this elevator, are there any sort of shenanigans that are going to happen? And the guy spoke pretty good English, and he said to me, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. What is shenanigans? And I said to him, what's going to happen is we're going to go up this elevator. We're going to walk around a normal floor, and we're going to go down this elevator, right? Like, There's not going to be any type of like glass walk across a glass floor. There's not going to be any type of like put on a harness and walk outside. There's going to be no crazy heights related thing that I have to do. We're going to go up and we're going to go down because I am not going on this elevator if there is any type of like crazy fucked up shit. It was actually kind of cool up there. There was no shenanigans. But I was ready to not go up at all. Eat the hottest things, man. That doesn't bother me. The hot stuff. I grew up on hot stuff. I've been eating hot stuff since I was 5. I was eating the red peppers in Chinese food since my dad bet me $20 to eat one when I was 5 years old. Like, eat. That's my trauma dump. I just love hot stuff now. So the hotter the better. I crave it. That is my adrenaline junkiness. My question, is it a good idea to go for Balin now, only missing 6 relics, or in the next run? LV is getting his data slowly, going slowly for Hondo. I mean, if you can get him naturally, if you can get him naturally just with relic levels, and that's all you have to do, and you can get that done before he's out, you might as well do it. Not a hard event. I've found him to be very useful. Some people haven't. With his Omicrons, I have had a ton of luck with him. I would just do it if you can. If it's gonna be a rush or like it's gonna stop something else, then I wouldn't do it. How's TW going? We had a cupcake match. It was super easy. They haven't broken our front wall. I TW heroed on some fleets because that's how quickly we cleared them. I think people just stopped attacking fleets because there's still 17 of 40 left. That's it. I feel bad for the other team because he just destroyed them. I think the nicest boutique store I've ever been in was the Louis Vuitton store in the Aria or Bellagio. Oh man, the Bellagio. I stayed in the Bellagio once. My old boss at my old martial arts school, she, I don't consider her my instructor because she bought the school from my instructor. And she had a lot of money and she flaunted it. And we went to the martial arts super show in Vegas and we stayed in the Bellagio. And oh man, is the Bellagio nice. And I remember going beforehand, I had packed and I said, hey, are we doing anything like interesting here? Do I have to pack anything like important? What do I need? And they told me no. So I just packed like vacation clothes and my gi. And then it turns out that she wanted to go to the steakhouse in the Bellagio, but you needed to dress nice. You needed at least a polo shirt. And like polo shirts in the boutiques at the Bellagio are like $125. I was so annoyed. Pissed me off. But this boutique area in the tower was really nice. It was like 4 floors. It was kind of cool. They did have a little glass section, but it wasn't like a walkover kind of thing. I did peer over it, and it did give me vertigo because I can't. I hate heights. What martial art? So I tell people Shotokan, just because it's a blended style that I do, and so blended styles are so niche, but it is predominantly Shotokan based, a little bit Goju Ryu based. A little bit Kung Fu influence in there. A little bit of Japanese jujitsu thrown in and like judo kind of stuff. But predominantly Shotokan. I've been teaching for like 21 years. I have my own dojo. So at this point I have my own dojo. That's what I do for a living. 3 units away from Leia Journey, still holding out hope for Princess Leia LSB. Who knows? Is heights an issue in buildings or in nature too? I don't mind like going up in a building and being in a height. I just don't want to look outside. I in heights, I'm never gonna go rock climbing, but I'll go for like a normal hike where you're like going up steep-ish, like where even like if I need to like crawl on my hands and knees to get up a plate, like I'll do that, but nothing steep. I refuse. I just know. I hate heights. Um, I won't go on like a tower of terror. I won't. I don't do roller coasters. I've been on a couple of rides at Universal that have like mini drops on them. Like I went on the old Jaws. I went on the Mummy, and they're terrifying to me. Um, I unfortunately I don't get the reference, but I have a feeling it's that one movie that has the guy from who's in The Righteous Gemstones. I forgot his name. I have a feeling it has to do with that guy, but I don't. Um, been teaching longer than I've been alive. It makes me feel fucking old. What do I think of cruises? I've never been on a cruise. I've been on like a 3 hour cruise before. Um, so like Gilligan's Island. I've been on like small cruises, but I've never been on a cruise. I don't have a problem fundamentally with cruises. I just don't see a need to go on a cruise. I like to travel. And listen, I don't want to get political, but given what's going on with like the FAA and like all of the crashes lately, I refuse to fly right now. I don't feel comfortable flying right now. I've never had a problem flying in the past, though. I've never minded being in an airplane in the past. I'm very nervous to fly given the state of flights and Boeing and shit. Um, I don't see a reason for cruises. When I travel, I want to travel somewhere and see that place. Like when people go to the DR and they stay on a resort, and I'm like, if you were gonna go to a DR to stay on a resort, you might have well just gone to Florida and gone to a resort because it's the same fucking thing. Um, I've been to DR twice. I stayed in Sosua both times. I stayed in a villa complex, but in the middle of downtown. I'm not stupid. I wanted to be safe, but I wanted we went to the beaches in Sosua. We went to the strip in Cabarete. Um, I want to see a place. I don't. Cruise to me isn't seeing a place. It's just relaxing on the beach kind of thing, and I don't really do that. Um, yeah, Snow Request. Normally, flights don't bother me. I love the window seat. I love looking down. I think it's so cool. But now with everything and security regulations and the things happening with Boeing, I refuse to fly. I won't do it now. I'm too nervous because of it. Grand Canyon, the only way you would get me to look over the Grand Canyon is laying down. Like I would have to crawl to look over. I don't care. I will not do it. Do I do any other activities to supplement the martial arts? I mean, I'm almost 40. Not anymore. I used to play ice hockey. For a very long time, I played ice hockey. Man, this is turning out to be like a Q&A. For a very long time, I played ice hockey. Now I run. I just started getting back into running. I severely sprained my ankle last year, and it caused me to not be able to do very much at all. And so my lungs are not the way that they used to be with my asthma. So I'm building up my running tolerance again. I used to run the most I've run is 15 miles, but I used to run an average of 3 to 5. And now, when I did my first run like 2 months ago, I only ran one. I'm back up to about 2.25. So I've been slowly building up. It's way less meth in the DR. Let's kidnap Caleb. Korea was a 16-hour flight, man. 16 hours, and it was a very bumpy 16 hours. But that was 2 years ago, so it wasn't a problem. Hey, Berm, I saw you were on. I was like, oh, maybe I can trade into you, but it didn't. I'll remind you guys if anyone came in after I said this. Berm and I just started playing Heroes of the Storm again, and if anyone gets the itch to play a MOBA just for fun, I'll be playing throughout the week. I'm sure he'll be playing throughout the week. I can't be on voice throughout the week because my wife is working, but I'm still going to be playing because I'm at home. I'm not teaching during the day because it's the summer. Um, did you watch Shorzy? Shorzy, the content creator? No. Why? I know him. I've spoken to him before. Did something interesting happen? I don't watch anybody. But I've spoken to him. I know his situation. I listened to him on Three Scoundrels. Um, how did I sprain my ankle? So, oh, Shorzy, the TV show? No, I don't. Oh, there's a content creator, Shorzy. I don't know. Shorzy. I did not. I didn't even know that was a show. How did I sprain my ankle? Last year, right around this time of year, it was the beginning of August, I think it was. It was either the end of July or the beginning of August. I was at the dojo early. I was practicing jumping spinning kicks. So I was practicing a jumping spinning back kick. I wish I had video of this. I really, really do. I don't have video. I wasn't filming myself. But I ended up landing really poorly, incorrectly. And I just crumpled. And it was actually a very funny moment because I landed, I fell to the floor, sharp pain, just dropped. I had to crawl to the back to get an ice pack. I called up every one of my assistant instructors, and I was like, this is my night to teach. It was my night to teach. Can any of you come in? I just like fucked up my ankle. I need to go to the urgent care. Nobody was available. Everybody was either on vacation. Everybody was on vacation or somewhere else. So I ended up having to take an ice pack and tape it to my leg. And then I sat down and taught 2 classes. Like, I literally sat on the mat just like this with my leg out, like this. And I taught 2 classes before driving myself to the urgent care and like hobbled in. My ankle didn't actually look bad yet. This was about 4 hours after I sprained it. So I took the ice pack off and I was like, oh my God, these people are going to think I'm lying. They were like, you're just going to have to rest it. The next morning, it was straight up purple. And I've posted those pictures on Discord before. If you want to see the pictures, tag me on Discord to remind me. I will find them again and I will post them again. My ankle was purple for about a month to a month and a half. And it's still pretty weak. I can't, some of the stuff in the martial arts, like bending my feet in, is still very hard for me. It's still painful. But I had to take a very long break from running. And I was very slow at walking for like 3 to 4 months. I think that I am past the time when I do jumping spinning kicks. I think that I'm too old for them, and other people can do them now because it's a risk. It's a big risk for me. That's my livelihood. It's not worth doing anymore. Wow. Anyone else on Twitch? I don't know. We got nothing else to talk about. I'm going to see a bunch of movies today. Little Only Eggs preview. Oh my foot. My purple foot is disgusting. Wow, I am the only person on. But a lot of you are on Twitch, so I will, before we leave, I will gently say, if any of you have a Prime sub, I am looking for concurrent. Apparently, to unlock Twitch emojis, you need to hit certain thresholds of active subscribers. So if you haven't used your Prime subs, it helps me out to get that, so I can get more. Emoji slots. Have fun Egnards emojis now. like this Jar Jar one, right? Like that one. Thank you, Dot. I don't want money subs. Just want your free whatever ones. But anyway, nobody's on. Twitch is dead with Star Wars Galaxy Heroes right now. Next week is TB week. So we have fun stuff going on with TB week. That's a big one. And then we have our Dead Week. We'll try to find a guest for the Dead Week. We had Bones last time, and that was a shit show. We'll see if we can find a different guest. Maybe Berm and I can double team that day or something. That would be fun. Have a great, rest of your day. I'll be on Discord, of course. I'm always on Discord. And thank you for joining me